transfer down here to the natural. He is going to go ahead and continue to pump out Immortals as well, which are definitely very good versus Stalkers. Tempest also following suit, going to go ahead and throw down a whole bunch of Stalkers as well as his expansion. So it looks like in terms of upgrades, Tempest is sitting at 000, whereas BorgBear is still sitting at 000 as well, with no upgrades in the way. Protoss upgrades, especially the first damage, is so good. Oh, they will make such a difference in the battle, especially early on in the game. So it looks like Tempest is going to go ahead and move out with his forces, does have a whole bunch of Stalkers, and it looks like they are going to engage, and, well, no, never mind, just kidding, they're going to go ahead and run away. BorgBear does have a pretty good bit of Zealots, which aren't the best versus Immortals and Stalkers and whatnot, but they still do their job, and that's okay. It looks like neither player has the charge upgrade either, so we'll have to see what happens with that. Borg continuing to pump out some Zealots here. It looks like he is sitting on about 300 gas, 150 minerals, and he is finally getting that weapons upgrade, which is good. And meanwhile, Tempest is going to go ahead and transfer a few probes, however, not as many as Borg did. As a matter of fact, if we look at the income, it looks like Borg has a considerable advantage. He's sitting at about 1060, 1080 on average, whereas Tempest is sitting at about 800. And still no weapons yet, so we'll have to see how that works out. And wow, I totally just missed an epic battle. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and rewind a little bit and see if we can catch that battle again here, as the forces are going to go ahead and move up for BorgBear. Looks like he does have 3 Immortals now. And we'll have to see what happens to this fight. Looks like they are going to go ahead and engage. This fight is going to take place. Borg and Tempest both using their force fields to kind of separate their armies. However, it looks like Tempest is going to get some free kills, especially with this one poor Zealot who has his foot trapped in a force field. Poor guy, as he does not live. So we'll have to see what happens with the next fight here. It looks like BorgBear is going to go ahead and continue to warp in some Stalkers, try to get some more Immortals. Weapon upgrade is just about done, so that'll definitely make a considerable difference once that completes. Tempest is going to go ahead and kind of maintain control of the middle area here, make sure BorgBear doesn't get out and do any secondary expansion and whatnot, as he does reinforce with Immortals and Stalkers. Borg looks like we're going to have another fight here. Borg might have a slight advantage since he did get down those force fields, and yep, he is going to go ahead and take out those 2 Stalkers. No, they did not have a chance. Unfortunately, he is setting himself up for a little concave attack right there. However, Tempest does not take advantage of that. Oh man, that was potentially a devastating move for him. He could have taken out so many units when Borg was walking through those force fields. And Reaper still with the wonderful commentary here. Glad to have him along for this fight. Borg continuing to kind of expand the buildings down here at his natural, and continuing to pump out, looks like some sentries as well. Sentries are definitely great units. Love seeing those, love playing with those when playing as Protoss. Let's see here. It looks like the spending, yep, it's about even, and the APM looks like Borg is sitting at about 91 average. Tempest is sitting a little bit lower at 72. However, it looks like we are going to have another engagement here. BorgBear is going to get off some free kills from Tempest, and it looks like the engagement is going to fall short of a full battle. But you know what? BorgBear got in there, sniped off a few units, did their job, and now they are going home to eat cake. And it looks like, meanwhile, Tempest, he is going to go ahead and throw down 3 more gateways, so that'll bring him to 6 total, it looks like. And also looks like we're going to go ahead and bring in another observer. And he looks like he finally did get that leg increase for the Zealots, the speed increase, so that'll help him out a little bit. He is continuing to make a whole bunch of Zealots, even though it's a little bit late for that, and I don't think that would be the best unit versus this composition. Especially, oh, here comes the Colossus. Oh, this may spell trouble for Tempest, as Colossi are great versus the light units, and great with AoE damage in general, especially if you can keep them far enough back or not be hit. So let's see if he has that range upgrade coming in. Yep, well, it looks like he's already got the range upgrade. Oh, this could spell trouble for Tempest big time. BorgBear going to go ahead and get out that Twilight Council, and it looks like he's also going to kind of set up a forward base here. This will let him reinforce any attack he does, warping in units from the gateway. It looks like he's going to completely seal off Tempest, and here comes the big engagement. Looks like he is going to force field out quite a few units. These Immortals are going to become toast, as they are just taken out so quick by BorgBear. Meanwhile, it looks like the rest of Tempest's units are going to be stuck behind those force fields. Those poor zealots just running around, finally able to get in and do some damage. However, it is not quite enough. Although, well, no, they are doing a little bit of damage, but still, it's not going to be quite enough to really make a difference here. I'd say Tempest is definitely at a pretty big disadvantage here. So, especially with the unit reinforcements coming in, here comes a second Colossi. And, yep, Reaper, you are absolutely correct. What a comeback. I would agree. This is an amazing game. It looked like Borg was going to go ahead and do a little tech rush there, but he definitely switched it up. Definitely faked out Tempest, and Tempest definitely think this game is going to be in the bag for BorgBear, but we will have to see. He does have Tempest does have a couple immortals here, and it looks like he does have the 1 damage upgrade, so it's going to be kind of equaled out here in terms of damage going back and forth with upgrades. But it looks like BorgBear is going to go ahead and push ahead with the Colossi. And like I said, I think this game is pretty much in the bag, but we'll have to see. Yep, especially with Borg going to go ahead and take this this high yield expansion right here. Looks like Borg did deny Tempest the observer scouting, although Tempest probably does realize just how much trouble he's in. Oh, so many zealots versus Colossi. This is not going to end well for Tempest. I think this is pretty much going to be in the bag here, as the zealots were decimated by the Colossi force, reinforced with the stalkers and the sentries. And yep, here comes a couple extra zealots. They're going to try to turn the tide, but unfortunately it is not going to be enough. And I think this is pretty much just going to be GG for Tempest here. Yep, it looks like his Psy-Core is going to go down. Those Colossi just have such long range. They can take out units from so far away. Yep, BorgBear is going to go ahead and kill those probes in the expansion. Those poor zealots. Oh man, that's just not even fair. Oh man. Well, yep. And the expansion is gone. There's the GG from Tempest. Definitely a good game by BorgBear. Was nice to see him in action, and we will go ahead and proceed towards the second game in this best of 5, BorgBear versus Tempest on Anaris StarCraft.